Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out Mercurial, which is currently the 12th most popular project on all of games. This is for 1 to 4 players, 45 to 60 minutes play, ages 14 plus. It has solo, competitive, or versus the artificial intelligence. This is all fantastic information to have right here, and I can actually read it pretty cleanly and clearly, so I do love that. But then when we get down to the description, I'm a little less lackluster on it. I'm more lackluster on it, actually. Exert controls over chaos with elemental dice as you craft spells and perform heroics in this ... That doesn't tell me anything about this game. That all just sounds like generic flavor text with, oh, there's going to be fancy dice. So I would like to know more of the mechanisms going into it, but overall, I do like the main thing. It makes me want to know more about the game. Love that marquee. I agree. 143 minutes. I feel like there's something that could be more useful there. Have you hit stretch goals? What are some of the mechanisms? What's the price? All sorts of good stuff that could potentially be there. And now we're zooming in, and I see there's a little fancy little dice thing to roll it in, and cards with stuff. Okay. As always, when we go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Ooh, from Singapore. Cool. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Oh, wait. In this solo/competitive game for 1 to 4 players. So, yeah, I wanted to see if maybe they included more information about what the actual game is, but instead they just told me stuff that was right here. Like, what are the mechanisms? Why? Like, let's not beat around the bush on that. Like, let me know.
Welcome, mage, to the new frontier, to the land of Valanyr. Forget all you know about magic, because here, everything is different. In Valanyr, where the elements are in constant flux, you will witness the impossible. Water, hardening into earth, surging into lightning and fire, reduced into the void, only to flow back into water. The old ways of spellcasting are useless here, but master the chaos of elements.
We're going around really fast. It looks very mechanical to me. Like I know they spent like the first 30 seconds emphasizing like, oh, theme. But I look at this and it reminds me of, what's Emerson Matsuki's Gateway game with the really nice gems? Century Spice Road. It reminds me a little bit of Century Spice Road. And I like Century Spice Road a lot, but it's not a thematic game in any way, shape, or form. And I'm getting that vibe a little bit here, which, you know, not negative, not positive, just is what it is. If this is a very thematic game, you know, I don't know if this is necessarily the vibe I'd want to give off.
Casting are useless here, but master the chaos of elements, and you can combine old spells to forge new ones.
Okay.
So come forth, mage. Let us explore together.
So they level up?
There are beasts to be slayed.
Oh, cool.
Paths to be found. And mysteries to be solved.
So now you're showing me thematic artwork, which I'm sure this is just on a card and this is just on another card, which makes me even more concerned about this being a thematic game. But that's not every game has to be a thematic game. You know, it doesn't have to be leaking the theme.
Like you, many others have come seeking new fortune. They will need your help, just as you will need theirs.
Fight cheetahs for people.
Here in Valanyr, it matters not who you were. For if even the laws of magic can be remade here, why can't you?
Okay. Okay. That looks like a fun game. I want to play that. $110,000 raised. 1,700 backers. Fantastic. Already funded. So do I want it? Yeah. Do I want it? It looks like a fun game night style game. You know. Doesn't look too complex. I'd say lightish medium weight. Like it looks fun. I'm a creative director and aspiring game designer based in Singapore. Hyperlixir. So we got the website right there. And they have done other projects as well. So we've done Endogenesis. Reality is about a game to God. And then Endogenesis Beyond, the reprint, plus the expansion. So let's make sure everybody got this. They're out. Looks pretty. I like that main image. Mercurial is now live on Kickstarter. Is coming back to free player bat for returning backers. Oh no, this is that's the last time you updated. So that's pretty much just a cold call to say, hey, we're making another game. All right. Hey David, pull your head out. Any response to your original backers below. After reading through the comments, it appears that David only replies to people that are writing something positive or those who have to spend more money. Go figure. I personally haven't even played Endogenesis since I received it from this first Kickstarter. After receiving it, I started hearing of all the negative feedback regarding the lack of balance and card issues and immediately lost interest. It's just funny how we are forced to buy the expansion in order to get the upgrade pack, which should have just been sent to us anyway. Thanks a lot, Davey, with no response. And I will say, I did a little snooping before we got into Board Game Geek, and this game is ranked, I believe, at around the 9,000 mark, which means it could be very hit or miss in that range, but most people are probably going to go with the okay to good range, very good potentially for a few, which is not a huge deal. That is a damning comment, it is. But let's see if there's any more damning comments, because that might just be one, but not responding to it in any way, shape, or form, that looks bad. Any chance that the expansion will make it to the late pledge manager? Hey, I've got a question. I guess it's for anyone. I really love helping game designers get their game off the ground and backing their first game the furthest time. Well, my question is this. All of us day one backers seem to kind of get the shaft nowadays. We get an untested and not refined version of a game, and then the developers run another Kickstarter for people to pick an upgraded version with better rules and more refined gameplay. But those of us who back day one don't get an upgrade version unless we pay even more for the game we already backed. This is happening across the board with many developers, and honestly, if it continues, many people won't kickstart a game. Just wait for it. 1.1 upgrade later on with more free stuff. What gives us day one backers? Not being grateful, as I appreciate you giving previous backers something, but I find it useful, and so they're pretty much, so it looks pretty guilty as charged, like responding very specifically to comments. Should I be worried? I'm sorry to hear that your package is not representative. I'll look into it, and in the meantime, I've sent you a private message for more details. That's good. I backed a bunch this weekend. It feels like a few more abilities would be cool. Well, okay. Let's go check out the original Kickstarter. But that's a little bit dicey there. And that I was a little bit concerned when didn't seem to be much people like super excited in their cold call. Yeah! Beautifully, simply beautiful, truly one of the greatest campaigns in the history of this website. Thanks for everything, peace. So hypothetically, if some of my first cards got mixed with the second, would there be an easy way to tell them apart? Been playing it, I don't mind the death cry abilities overly. Also, box became a large scratch down the center. Okay. So can you do it? Wow, we just went down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but that's kind of happens. I really appreciate and respect Atomic Mass Games with how they handle Marvel Crisis Protocol and changes to cards they release, free to print and use. This is not something I honestly have really thought too much about, but I mean, a lot of first, and I see this, and I know this is a thing because I proofread rule booklets as a Fiverr before, and I see some of the stuff that I get sent, and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad that you sent this to me because, like, I would be so pissed off with some of the rule booklets that I get, and I can only imagine hardcore Kickstarter backers getting, like, anywho. So, can you do it? Do I want it? Yeah. How much is it? Hopefully don't beat around the bush when we get to the price. Mercurial, become the ultimate spellcrafter. Exert control over chaos with elemental dice as you craft new spells, explore unknown magics, and perform heroic deeds. So, we got the components, the stuff, the thing. Where's the price? This game is so much more rich and intricate than what I have seen in other games. I'm really, really impressed. It pulled me in. This game feels thematic. You really feel like some arcane wizard trying to pull these spells together. This game is much more and intricate than I'm really... So, those quotes. This is interesting. It's moving. Watch the video. Click through to it. Okay. I really enjoyed this game. Damn it. Now I'm getting annoyed. All right. I really enjoyed this game. Come on. There's a lot of variety and leeway with a simple system. It just takes a card and play a card. Period. So it looks super simple. I love the art in the game. I love all of it. Everything about it is fantastic. We're also impressed by the artwork. It truly, stop using quotes of people who love your artwork. We see it. We enjoyed the engine building element and player interaction. Now there's a good quote. Engine building. Thank you. Gameplay, choose your class. Once again, I'm not putting that on the reviewers. They didn't handpick these and say, hey, put these in these videos. It's David put those in there. Or whoever is working with David, which, by the way, let's double check. Any collaborators on this? No, which makes me a little bit more concerned about the updates and comments, the customer service sort of thing. Learn altercation spells. And tell me that does not look very, very Century Spice Road-esque. Like that mechanism. And I'm not saying he stole the idea. It's just you can see why I got that vibe. Alter your elements. Play skills and artifacts to exert control over your elemental dice. Alter, so we're getting into the gameplay. Craft and combine spells. Perform heroic deeds. Increase your mastery. So that looks Splendor-ish, like almost, where you're getting gems and they do stuff. Okay. It looks fun. Like, honestly, I love those style of games. Splendor and Century Spice Road and Ganymede and games like that. Very mechanical games with that sort of thing. I love it. I eat it up. What makes Mercurial special? Control luck with skill through thematic gameplay. Mercurial's gameplay is designed around the themes that a mage's aptitude comes not from raw spell power or deep mana reserves, but from the ability to harness the chaotic nature of the elements that serve as the building blocks of spellcasting. I just want the price. It's a lot of fun. It pulled me in. This game feels thematic. You really feel like an arcane wizard trying to pull these spells together. We've already seen that quote. Maybe not double dip on the quotes, and maybe if we're going to double dip at the quotes, at least double dip at the quotes, like, way further down. Like, not like 6 scrolls down. A compelling, because I'm sure there's other useful information that he said. Like, honestly, that one quote that told me there was engine building, I like those better than any of the other quotes. Just because it gave me an idea of what the hell is going on here, because it looks very mechanical. So you trying to convince me that, oh, it's super thematic, I'm like, is it? Like, maybe, but it looks very abstracted to me. As your strategy goes, you find yourself making few but stronger strategic choices, allowing you to shift towards tactically efficient plays earlier on. And I guess it's like, what was it? There was a game that came out a couple years ago from Brotherwise Games that I wasn't the biggest fan of. And I felt like it's the same thing there. Like, if I could see some people getting into the theme of this and saying it's thematic if you really were like storytelling and you said how this card got to that card, and that could actually be super fun. But I think for most people, this still, I see it coming off as a non-thematic game, just based on what I'm seeing. I haven't played it, though. Read the rules PDF. Please note the rulebook is a work in progress, Jeff. And one thing that I'd say there is that maybe, I don't know how they could make it look more thematic. So we got the rule booklet, we got the overview, we got the setup, gameplay. This looks like a solid rule booklet. Lots of pictures, illustrations, examples. Digging it. Classes explained. Oh my gosh, that icon reference and turn summary on the back. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous right there. That is, I want that on the board. That makes me feel more confident. That makes me feel even better about the game. Rewarding and intuitive. Feels great to carefully plan and prep your spells before unleashing them in a burst of glory. Mercurial is a mage-themed card game that provides a satisfying competitive experience without life totals or deck building. I really, really enjoyed this game. It's a mind burner. I think it's one of those games that seems easy on the surface. There's going to be a lot of combinations and tactics you'll be utilizing, but it also feels easy and straightforward. Now that, I like that. Combos and like, those are words that I love. There's a concept of a game telling a story called emergent narrative. Okay. I can get down on that. Like, if that's part of a game, like, I'm all in on that. I love storytelling. Hell, I released a storytelling game. I love storytelling. Standard edition. We got the 4 class boards, 24 elemental dice, 50 mana crystals, 70 acuity tokens, 56 tarot size, and I like the fact they're mentioning tarot size spell card, upgraded thickness. So they're telling me a Kickstarter stretch goal here. Love that. Tarot size heroic cards, upgraded thickness. Great. Let me know if there's stretch goals. 8 starter allocations, 26 starter allocations, so lots of tarot size cards. But I just want the price. Like, hit me with the price. What's the standard edition? I see the thickness of the box as well. This looks like a pretty thick box. Okay. Stuff, prestige. Oh, modular trays, gorgeous. So these were unlocked somehow. Excellent. Then we have the Deluxe Edition, the Kickstarter exclusive. Includes everything for the Standard Edition, plus the following. I love this shopping section here. It's very clean and clear. We got the sleeve, whatever. Metal coins, so now we're talking. Mana discount to upgrade, so we got mana, metal coins. Challenger expansion, so there's an expansion here. The Deluxe Edition comes with the Challenger expansion, where you can face off alone or with other players against a 1 to 2 player automated opponents, challengers, because once again, yeah, they did allude to that a little bit, and I'm wondering if this is where the theme is going to start to get unlocked a little bit more. They'll compete against you for the same objective as a normal player, so this comes with 2 challenger boards. This is awesome. That's cool. So it's essentially artificial intelligence that's going to go around and play. Cool. All stretch goals. Mercurial is a dice manipulating game that combines strategy, beautiful art. Damn it. We're truly impressed how the Hyper Elixir team has created a world where you get to tell your own tale. Dang it. Okay. Next quote. Overall, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to slow. The game sees its own ethos and uses that principle of opportunity and manipulation as a guiding through line for the... It's too fast. These ones are too fast. I'm just a stupid reader. I'm running away. $60 pledge level. Okay, so we finally have a price. MSRP reasonable. Whoa, that's some other currency. It's only $44. Okay, awesome. I feel like that's a very reasonable price for the game that I'm getting with all the tarot cards. It looks like a pretty sizable game, you know? So when you tell me that the Frontiersman Pledge, no, that's not what I want. So this is, okay, this is the one that comes with the extra stuff down here. Clean and clear, $53. We're still under the $60 MSRP. I have no issues with these prices at all. I'm a slow reader. I would check out 2 of those animated quotes. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty decent, like, I used to, like, raise my hand in class, because that was the only thing I was good at in school, was reading fast. And, like, doing math fast, like, simple math. But, like, like, that's so fast. All right, so $53, and then we have this. Now, we got a big one here. You just kind of sprung this on me. What is this? This is a very functional and nice-looking playmat. And I would not be surprised if they looked at, like, exactly what Century Spice Road did in some aspects and, like, copied some of those ideas. And I think that's a great idea. Like, if your Kickstarter is similar to Kickstarter X and you feel like they did something really good, steal that basic idea. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, Kickstarter is not, like, everybody, like, if there's a great way to do it, everybody should be doing it. But this is awesome. This is a very functional looking playmat, and I'm getting it for $115, plus it comes with the, you tell me centimeters, tell me the inches would be nice. 4 foldable dice trays. This feels more like an add-on section to me, honestly. I'm very curious to see how popular this pledge level is. I will speculate. I do not believe this pledge level is going to be the most popular. Free tarot card sleeves for returning backers. All players who pledge for a previous Endogenesis Beyond campaign get a free pack of 150 size clear card sleeves. So, hey, we know we had a lot of issues, so here's some card sleeves. Please don't set my comment section on fire. You know, I don't think that's a bad idea. I was really added automatically through the Pledge Manager Verification Project. More details can be in the sub themselves. Let's look at the pledges. So we got $2, the thank you. Initiate gate access to Pledge Manager and update to following along. 268 people on the fence. Wowzers. It's a good number, though. People interested. Adventure, 1 physical copy. So we got 45.39. Oh, great. Mercurial Standard Edition with all the applicable stretch goals. It ships May 2023. Reasonable, Origins-esque. Frontiersman. So this is, I think, is going to be the most popular one. We have 848 backers here. Great, and that looked like a solid price point there. We still don't know about the shipping, but it looks solid. Howdy, Huckleberry. And then we have the big one, the big whale. That's 423. Because I just didn't... It felt more like an add-on section, but still, 423. That's a huge chunk of people. Like, that's actually really good. That says, you know, if that were like 12, you'd be like, oh, that's a stupid pledge level. But 423, that's great. Shut my mouth. Then the retailer pledge. So 23, awesome. 23 retailers. So there's people interested in this game. And now we have a different add-on section where you can get the playmat. Cool. Still, I'd love to see the inches there. Metal coins, Challenger expansion, including the Deluxe Edition, foldable dice trays. Those are hot.
Okay.
Shh. Alexa, be quiet. Man, my Alexa's getting old. This is the second time in a week she's just started randomly talking. Clear tarot card. She was telling me about some restaurant just now. How to choose add-ons. Okay, whatevs. Languages, 100% language independent. Okay, rulebook conversion. Like that. German, French, Spanish. How to play. Whoa!
Ooh.
Now this, I think, should be way higher up. Full how to play video. Yes, please. So 21 minutes, me sitting there doing the dishes, and I know exactly how to play your game and decide if I want to spend my $57. I like that an awful lot. I just think that could be a little bit higher. Playthroughs. We got a full playthrough. Excellent. 2 playthroughs. Great. Previews. Whatevs. Final thoughts. Previews. Everything to know. Videos. Random stuff. Previews. Simple fact that each spell is constructed uniquely serves to de-emphasize the card. And okay, I'm over. I'm over the quotes. I'm over the quotes. A lot of quotes. Just a little too fast. A huge positive for me is the solo mode. You get extra dice that allow for huge turns where you cast especially powerful spells with a lot of... So that is actually someone... Now that one I think should be bumped up higher. Someone saying I specifically really like the solo mode because of X, Y, and Z. Because I imagine how many people... What percentage of people, if you're going through this entire Kickstarter page, are still taking the time to read these quotes? I wonder. Give me a guesstimate here. Because after the second one, where you have a hard time reading it because they're too fast, I feel like at that point you're like, nah, fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. Fooled me 3 times, no way. Those animated quotes piss me off. I love the idea, but the execution is just a bit too fast. Beginner mode, 2 to 4 players, competitive, simplified, standard play. And this is the, click to play on Tabletop Simulator. Woo! Now that is nice. Prodigy mode, you can try this. This is fantastic as well. I honestly kind of feel like this should be higher too. That makes me very comfortable in the Can You Do It, because, yeah, I can do it right now. When I told you quote overload, I meant it. There are a total of 36 quotes. That's a small novella right there of quotes. The classes, clicked it more coming soon, more quotes. I'm done. Stretch goals. So here's one thing. I personally would put the stretch goals way higher. I feel like stretch goals are generally to most people more important than quote number 29, just in general. So I feel like it's buried down here. Now, that being said, you did at least allude to the stretch goals in the component area, so we'll give you props there. But I feel like with this, you've hit your funding goal. And I always say this. When you first launch a Kickstarter, your goal is to get the thing funded. But once it's funded, your next goal is immediately, if you have stretch goals, to pivot to spotlighting those stretch goals and saying, hey, this is why we need to get people excited so we can make this the most amazing game possible. And so having it buried down here, I'm never a fan of that. So day one special goal, community built artifact card. This is hot. This is exciting. So once again, burying this information 22 minutes into my Kickstarter viewing experience. I've been on your Kickstarter page for 22 minutes and I'm just now finding out about exciting stuff. How many people have already just clicked back by now or clicked on to the next thing? You know, I just don't think you can ask for that much of people's attention before you get to good stuff like this. Card stock upgrade. I'd love to see it done in both currencies as well, because you know the majority of people here are probably from the United States of America. Yeah, 862 to Germany. Next one, 133. Going strong. I bet they got a good shipping area to Germany. Card stock upgrade. Plastic organizer. Oh my goodness. Did I see this? Was this in the original component list? Or did I miss this? Because this is a big one, I think, for a lot of people. Part of the reason why I love Century Spice Road is just the organization is just top-notch in that game. No, we don't. We don't see that. So I think that should definitely be added there. Because we unlocked it. And because we showed me the 3 modular trays, but not the things to hold the tarot cards and that. Mini art print, a map. So this is applies to Deluxe Edition. So you actually get... Wow, that's actually really cool. Wait, the Deluxe Edition is that the Trailblazer? Which one's the Deluxe Edition? That's the Frontiersman. That's the Adventurer. Wow, this is why we don't... Ugh, I say it all the time about rule booklets. There's a certain point in a rule booklet where we need to let the theme rest. And we need to focus on important business. And you telling me that this applies to the Deluxe Edition, and then I go over here, and then I don't see, like, Deluxe Edition. Now that means I gotta read more. With physical copy of this. So this is the Standard Edition, so it is this one. Wow, that's great. You're getting an art print as well? How big is this? Is this physical? I think this is. This is awesome. I want this. I really want that map. My gaming group used Spices, Ropes, Cups for Valerius tokens. Yeah, we recycle. I do that sometimes too, where I'll take different components from different games, especially bad games that I don't think are going to get played. I'll put them in some other stuff. Okay, so yeah, I think that should be spotlighted more. That just kind of got sprung on me 24 minutes in. I got a cool little mini map with my already reasonable price of $53. Like, this is a really nice stretch goal area. I just feel like it's buried. And then fully engraved dice. Oh, the nice dice that you can feel at 155. I don't actually know what that is. Let me see if I can figure that out. So I need to go here. Oh, so that's, so we are close to hitting that one as well. We're going to hit another stretch goal. So this could be a really fun, exciting area that I feel like could lead to you letting me know. Like, I feel like this going into the component shot, going into the very reasonable $45 price point, which nobody's taking. Well, 130 people, but I feel like most people are most definitely going to take the 848, this one right here. $53 for all this? I feel like this is a great price. I just think burying that at the bottom, I don't think that's the greatest spot for it. Why Kickstarter, limited exclusives, yada, yada, yada. Here we go, shipping. That's what I'm looking for. Wow! They got information on the VAT. Immediate. And once I said it when I saw there's 133 people in Germany, I bet they did pretty good in the shipping section. Shipping, VAT, and taxes, as applicable, will be charged after the campaign ends. You'll receive a survey through a pledge manager for the shipping details, after which we'll calculate your shipping costs and request the appropriate amount. This allows us to be fair and provide the most accurate cost for backers. The lower estimates the remaining shipping prices you expect to pay, all below. So this is great. It does sound like you're still going to get jacked by the VAT, but it sounds like they are very going to tell you exactly how much you're going to pay, and that's nice. Like, that's really awesome. I love that. And we're converting the currencies. Yes, so $12 for the Adventurer, $13.50, and $24 for that There's 3 main pledge levels. There's 3 main spots right here. This is a fantastic shipping section. I wish it was substantially higher. Like, this is great. I love this. I'm not looking at the prices necessarily, just the ease of information here. Beautiful. I would love to see this just be like a template for the industry standard. Like, especially this. This is so good. I want to remember the name of this game now so I can spotlight this in the future. Mercurial does that in a great way. Timeline. Due to issues with the global supply chain, yeah, we get it. May, all games get shipped out, so hopefully Origins next year, maybe Gen Con, Retailer Pledge Guide, Meet the Artist. Because once again, we are selling a lot of art here. Like, this art is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Ooh, partnering with Lucky Duck Games, that immediately makes me feel more comfortable as well. I'm cheap and I'm tempted must mean something. Yeah, I feel like this has a lot of the check marks ticked. This looks like a really solid game. Like, not a game that you're going to get out all the time, but just one that you know when you get it out, it looks so mechanical that it's probably going to be pretty easy to learn and to teach. And that's one thing I feel like they didn't emphasize enough. I saw one time where they quoted me that was just like, on your turn, it's super simple core gameplay loop. Is there solo or co-op mode? There is a solo solitaire mode with the standard edition Mercurial and a solo competitive mode with the challenger expansion where you play against autonomous. A co-op mode is something we're considering. If you're interested, let us know in the comments. Okay. Will there be a pledge manager? How will shipping be charged? What size are the cards? Can they be sleeved? I'd like to see this organized a little bit better, like Reload from Colossal Games, but, you know, it's an FAQ section. Stretch goal. Unlock new preview. Tick tabletop. So how many people? We have 1,700 backers, and this update has gotten 3 comments, 9 comments, 10 comments. So not a super amount of engagement here. Let's check out the day 2 one. It looks like they're doing 1 a day. Or maybe that's just because it is day 2. Stretch goal 4. No. So this is a day. I don't even know what's going on here. Let's check out this one. All right. Greetings from the frontier, fellow mages. Day 2 has been amazing as we hit milestones with many zeros behind them. 1,000 backers and $100,000 achieved. We've also unlocked our 3rd stretch goal, and it's one I think you really like. Yeah, that's fantastic. We're talking taking organization quality of life even further. This upgrade sees the plastic organizer split into 4 parts with 3 modular tray components with plastic covers used to store mana, acuity, and prestige. These trays are also used for gameplay, and then you're even showing me on the playmat what they look like. Fantastic. This is great. Community built artifact stage 1 results after 200 plus votes, and I wonder if they're doing this on Board Game Geek. If that's because they have 200 plus votes, I didn't see that many comments. I'm torn on this one, and all in all, I like the look and feel of everything I'm seeing. However, with their past games and lack of follow up on those last games, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one for me on the grade too. Like, when you see a comment section like that, or when I see a comment section like that, it's so easy for me to be like, okay, this is not going to be a project that I can recommend. But then when they do everything else so well, it's like, I gotta look at all the different perspective. What is your choice, Mage? Thank you all so much for voting. Illustrator Sean needs some time to sketch out a few designs, so stay tuned. The next poll will be coming soon. Help us spread the word. We're offering to get us to the top of Trickstack by clicking here. Clickable links. Love it. There's a click. Hardest on board game. You make it easy for me. I will do it. Bam. Mercurial avatars, K, cool. I know these move the needle for some people. There's just a few that we can be found here. Join our Facebook group. I will say I do really like what they're doing here to a certain degree in the updates. Like, this isn't like an update that I'm super engaged with as a backer, but they're getting people to the places they want. Because the larger your Facebook group is, the more people you get on your mailing list because you're doing polls through PollMonkey or something like that, the bigger your next game launch is going to be. Then the bigger your next game launch is going to be. So I do like a lot of the stuff that they're doing here. They are putting down bricks for long-term sustainability as a board game company, especially if they crush this. Because let's just pretend that this game is fantastic, or it's even just great, and people love it, and the components are spectacular, and it's the darling of some convention, and then they launch that next Kickstarter for the sequel to this. Let's just say they go on the Century Spice Road where everything's like an expansion or something like that. You can see this easily being a huge project. Like the 2nd edition plus the expansion, and I love a lot of the little things they're doing here. So I will give them kudos for that. And that's it for now. What a crazy 400 hours spent. We really just want to get started. Cool, very cool. Those trays are great. We can't wait to play the game for the signal boost. So these are just people excited about the project, and that's fantastic. But I do actually want to see how they're doing the voting. Special one lock, community built artifact. So how does it work? Where do we go? Where do I vote? Click here to vote. Is it Google Docs? Okay. So yeah, essentially, I'm assuming you put in your email address and then okay. And I don't have an issue. So joining you on Discord, never a fan of that. I always recommend a Discord blackout for when you launch your Kickstarter because Kickstarter wants people here. Because right now this is 12th on the popularity chart, and it was just launched this week. And typically, that games don't go up most of the time; they go down. And I'm curious to see how this one does popularity-wise. I'm very curious to see what they do to sustain that. But let's check out the comments. Let's get out of here. Give this one a grade. All right, getting really close to reaching the next stretch goal. So people excited about the stretch goal, and yeah, it's an exciting stretch goal. And it's not only an exciting stretch goal. It makes me more excited to see what the next stretch goal is because all your stretch goals have consistently been very good to great. The mini-map, the dice tray, the plastic insert, custom engraved dice that you can rub in your hand, you can feel them, like all those are great stretch goals. Any news regarding the co-op mode? Because let's be quite honest, would you be surprised if the next stretch goal was a co-op mode? I would. They've hinted at it. They've teased it a little bit. I kind of like what they're doing here. Working on it. You expect to hear news about it, one way or the other, before the end of the campaign. Smiley face. Very clear, transparent, like it. Just back, I understand the icons have been designed to make any language independent. However, it would be at least possible to include the name of each card on it. No, I disagree. It's part of the beauty. Live gameplay. Okay, so it says co-op at the top of the story section. Ooh. That's an interesting one. Yeah. Wait, no, it doesn't say. I don't see it. I don't see it. Does it? Cooperative? Solo, competitive, or versus AI? I don't think it says cooperative. So it's not like they're saying there is cooperative. I think they're actually actively working on it right now, which that concerns me a little bit as well. It's like, oh yeah, we slapped together this cooperative version of the game. But still, that does add value to the game. Final grade on Mercurial. Do I want it? Yeah, under the first picture. Under the first picture. Oh, as the do crafter spells before unknown magics. Play solo, competitive, or versus AI. I'm not seeing cooperative. No co-op. They are considering it. Okay, yeah, but okay. Anywho, do I want it? Yes. Yes, I do. It looks like the kind of game that scratches the itch. I think if you're a fan of this style game, it looks cool. And I feel like the premium level is, moving on to how much is it, I feel like it's a really solid price. It's under MSRP, and I'm still getting, what am I getting? I'm getting the playmat, right? No. That's not the playmat. You'll get the playmat if you get the, okay. But still, I'm getting, this looks like a reasonable MSRP. No issues with that at all. Can you do it? Yes. The track record, I'm a little bit concerned about. Last game was in the 9,000 range, and, that generally tells me that it's not something that you're going to fall in love with. It's not most people's favorite game of all time. My next recommendation is my very own game. Something is necessary to show the audience what a failing Kickstarter looks like. Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, post it in there. Let me know. So, can you do it? Yeah. But I'm a little bit nervous. You've made a game before, customer service wise. A little bit concerned. So, final grade on this one, I think, and then the shipping section was really well done. It was just buried. The organization of the page, I think, is my main thing here. The stretch goals being so low, taking so long to get to the price. Like, let's just go. Like, where's the price? Where's the price? I liked your video. Let's pretend I like the video. I want to see the price, because I did. I was interested after the video. Like, where's the price? And I know I can go over here, but I'm on mobile. I don't want to make an extra click. I just want to scroll down. I want to enjoy this. Like, right here would be a perfect opportunity. Bam. Hit me with the standard edition because it's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, quote unquote. At least according to Kickstarter terms. It's $45. And then we get to the Deluxe Edition, which is it's an $8 upgrade. That's not much. I'm getting metal coins, which, these you only get 2 metal coins, but whatever, you're getting the gameplay. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this being locked behind the $8 paywall, but it's such a low paywall, whatever. Great stretch goals. I'm going to go with a C plus on this one. I like this one. I'm going to go with a C+, because I feel like the price is solid. I feel like we should not beat around the bush. I feel like that should be spotlighted a little bit higher. I think the stretch goals should be moved a little bit higher. But overall, like, I like a lot of the things they're doing. I like this main image. I like the shipping section. I like the ideas they're doing in their updates of getting the emails and getting people on Facebook and trying to just grow, grow their brand and grow their company. And so I like all that stuff. And so from that perspective, I'm going to give this one a C+. C+ for Mercurial. Let me know why maybe4 should farm the thread for customers. There's a thread of BGG called Worst Kickstarters Ever. Oh, anyway, I'm getting off focus. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to give it a C+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Mercurial. And also in the comments below, let me know. Wait, what? I'm so lost. Where? As always, thanks for your time, YouTube.